Hello Lancers! My name is Miss Kenny. If those of you haven't met me yet, I am your school librarian, and unfortunately I've had to keep the library closed for usual library things this year. Of course, you're having tech problems, come to the library. I'm sure I've seen several of you that way. But I wanted to make this video to show you that now we have ebooks in our library. So that way we've been able to offer you more sort of reading opportunities than we've been able to do before. And also audiobooks. These are all things you can just download, so if you're completely remote, you still have access to our materials. If you are in person or hybrid, or you can get a ride to school as remote, you can certainly still request physical books using Destiny, and that was in a video I made previously. But so today I'm going to show you how to access ebooks and audiobooks using our new app called Sora. So let me share my screen with you. All right. Now, it's probably in your waffle if the computer did what it's supposed to do. Mine's way down at the bottom. It's Sora by Overdrive. Or you can type in soraapp.com. All right. Takes you to Sora. So the first thing you have to do is find your school. So I live in Watertown and it's locating me here. So let's see. Bristol Eastern, all right, Bristol Public Schools. This is my school. So I am going to sign in with my Google account. Hopefully you're signed in already. And never save my password. Sorry, I'm paranoid. All right, so when I sign into Sora, I'm not sure exactly if you all see the same thing. So this is a Bristol Public School account. So there are books in here from like middle school, and I would implore you not to, even though you might feel all nostalgic, like, oh, I remember reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Like, try not to check those out, because that means our actual middle schoolers might not be able to check them out. But this is the launch or the start page for Sora. And these are books that are available now. Like I said, it's K-12, and you can narrow it down. You can just search for a book here. You can set preferences before you start searching. You can say, I want audience. You could say, I want only young adult or general adult. So you can limit it that way too. So I'm going to find an example of a book. I'm not going to narrow it right now. And I want to, because some of these books, when we check them out, it's like I pay for them every time you check them out. I want to practice on a book that's free for me to practice on. If you see a book that you're interested in, this is Romeo and Juliet. There will be a preview. There will be some information if it's an ebook. If it's an audiobook, you would see some headphones underneath it. So this is Pride and Prejudice, which is actually a book that I love. So you can get, and it tells you, hey, this one's an ebook too. So maybe you want to check this book out. You can read a sample of it. You can add it to a list. Down here, you'll find more titles that are like it. So it's that if you like this, you may also like these here. So feel free to explore. When you borrow a book, it's just as simple as it is. Boom. I have now borrowed a library book. You can sort of tap, and also there's an app for your phone, by the way, so you can do this on your phone or a tablet if you want and download them for offline. When you start out, and I know it's a long book, you're going to start in this 2-page format. You can, if you click around, bring up the slider here that tells you what chapter, page, there's like a slider, what progress you've made in the book. You can switch to a single page view. If you want to make sure you remember something, you can add a bookmark to a page. And I'll go into some more of this later, but I think the basic stuff that we want to start with is how to click through it, and that there are reading settings. It's going to remember, I should say, back to the bookmark, it's going to remember the last place you were. Like when you open it up, it'll pick up where you left off. But what you might want to explore here, for some of you, there are accessibility options. Like if you would prefer, there's high contrast mode. This is dark mode, bright mode, sepia mode if you want to. And you can also, there are different fonts you can choose. An open dyslexic, this is if you have difficulty reading text on page. This has actually been scientifically proven to be a useful font. Yeah, you can play around. I'll go back to publisher's default and done. So that is the very basics. If there's a word you come across in a book that you don't know, you can drag. I have trouble doing this. I'm doing this on my laptop. Sometimes come on. Play with it. You should be able to. I'm still trying to master this. The difference between clicking to move page. There we go. I highlighted it. And then you can highlight a word with different colors. You can add a note. Anyway, I'll go into some more of those advanced features later, but if you also noticed, there was the option of, if you come across a word you don't know, defining it. Hopefully you guys will get better at this than me. My brain... Why won't it? There, I highlighted it. You can define a word and get some translations. This video is already longer than I wanted it to be, but I wanted to show you a few of the features. Finally, oh, alright, and you get badges as you go along. Down at the bottom here, this is my shelf. These are the books that I have checked out. Any lists, history of books. When I'm done with it, it'll go back automatically, but if you want to send it back sooner, you can click on that and return it. Those are some really, really, really quick basics about Sora. Maybe next video I'll talk about audiobooks, but you guys are pretty tech savvy, I think, when it comes to apps like this, I hope. So, that was my super fast introduction to Sora. I hope you guys get an opportunity to take advantage of this. If there are books that you would like to read that are not in there, please let me know, because I've just started out with purchasing a few titles here and there, and look for the nutmegs to come out. They'll be in there when they're announced soon. I think that's it. So thank you guys very much. I hope you have a great day, and as always, email me if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye.